Hello, I'm Dr. Arundhati Hoskeri, an educationalist, a mythologist, an astrologer, a motivational speaker, and an enthusiastic language learner. I speak very comfortably and fluently in 9 different Indian languages. In 2015, I was working with a reputed Ivy World School in Mumbai, and our IBDP students, that is, students of class 11, were enthusiastic about learning different languages during their Cultural Connect class. I took some sessions on spoken Kannada, spoken Gujarati, and spoken Bhojpuri. The students loved Bhojpuri sessions, and I had uploaded these videos, two videos, which were recorded by one of my students. But the videos were not very clear. Even then, so many people viewed the two Bhojpuri videos and sent their feedback and requested me to improvise the videos and upload. So here I am. I will be making a series of lessons in different languages so that all those who are interested in learning to speak different languages can do so easily. I'm beginning with Bhojpuri, which is a very sweet language, and I really love this language. So here is the first lesson on spoken Bhojpuri. I'm sure you'd enjoy this series of Learn to Speak Bhojpuri videos. Please like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and send your feedback. So let's begin. Bhojpuri is an Indo-Aryan language spoken in northeast India and Terai region of Nepal. It's mainly spoken in eastern Uttar Pradesh, western Bihar, and in extreme northwestern part of Jharkhand in India. It is recognized as one of the national languages of Nepal and has official status in Fiji, and it is called there as Fiji Hindi. It is also a recognized language in Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname, and Mauritius. Bhojpuri is also spoken in Pakistan, Jamaica, Belize, and other parts of Caribbean and South Africa. But you know something? All of us are everywhere. I mean, India is a unity in diversity, and you will get to hear different languages throughout India. So, Bhojpuri can be heard throughout India from Kashmir to Kanyakumari when the native speakers speak their languages among themselves, and that way it would be much easier for you to pick up the language if you listen to such conversations attentively. After all, Bhojpuri is a dialect of Hindi, and all of us, I'm sure, are knowing Hindi and understand Hindi. Bhojpuri is socio-linguistically one of the 7 languages that originated from Hindi. And as you see in this figure, the different languages like Brij, Awadhi, Haryanvi, Bagheli, Kannauji, Bundeli, and Bhojpuri. So it is one of the 7 languages, and these are all, like these are called as dialects of Hindi or a kind of extracts of Hindi. That's where, and also all these languages also somewhere or the other, many words are common. So for a person like me who is not a native of UP or originally from that area, like Bhojpuri speaking, it's really difficult for me to sometimes understand the differences and nuances between Bhojpuri and Awadhi and Bhojpuri and Bridge. But all these languages are really, really very, very sweet and very polite languages. Now let us learn some basic conversation. Let's learn how to greet others in Bhojpuri. What generally we do is hello, how are you? So how do we say that? Pranam. Rawa kaisan bani? Now, whenever we meet somebody, if we start conversation in English, what we generally do is we say hello, good morning, how are you? If it is morning, or hello, good evening, how are you? If it is evening. But in Bhojpuri, we say pranam, which can be in used as greeting any time of the day, whether it is morning, afternoon, or evening. So we say pranam, you know. And Rawa Kaisan Bani, to say hello, how are you in Bhojpuri. If we are addressing somebody older than us, somebody whom we don't know very properly, we always say Rawa. Rawa is respectful, just like Aap in Hindi. Kaisan Bani means how are you. The same thing also can be Raur, Hal Khabar Kaisan Ba. Raur means your. Kaisan, you already know it means how or how are you. Hal Khabar. Hal Khabar means what's happening with you or what's the news. In Hindi, we say the same thing if we want to say क्या हाल है or we say क्या खबर है or हाल खबर कैसा है. The same thing in Bhojpuri will be राउर हाल खबर कैसन बा. The same thing can also be in another form. आपने ठीक बानी. See again, if you look at this word apni, it's again formal, just like how we say in Hindi, आप कैसे हो. So, tu theek bani is another way, but tu is generally used only for very, very familiar conversation, not in a formal conversation. In formal conversation, it's always rawa and apni. And tu can be used for somebody who is very younger, but generally I have never heard anybody or I have heard very few people saying tu. Generally, they say tohra. It is used for the peers, meaning someone who is of our own age or our own family members or even people who are younger to us. And Rawa and Apne for, others. That way, Bhojpuri is a very polite language. And now let's see what would be the reply for all the above sentences. So generally we say, thank you, I am fine. So we say, धन्यवाद, हम ठीक बानी. Your reply would be. So there is no concept of मैं in Bhojpuri. If you ask the same thing in Hindi, आप कैसे हो? हाँ मैं ठीक हूँ. So in Bhojpuri they never say मैं ठीक बानी. It's always हम ठीक बानी. Okay. So and or you can also say the same thing in हम मजा में बानी or सब कुशल मंगल बा. See, even in Hindi we say, हाँ जी सब कुशल मंगल है. So whenever anybody asks you, how are you? So that is how the conversation goes. Let's learn or build some vocabulary. A shopkeeper or a seller in Bhojpuri is referred to as baniya. So, as in the sentence, "वो रही बनियावा के दुकान," it means this is baniya's shop. The next word is obstacle or disturbance. This is called as begin. This is actually originally from word Vigna in Sanskrit. Okay, so in Sanskrit, like Ganesha, Lord Ganesha is called as Vignaharta, remover of obstacles. So if you remember Vigna, you can remember begin. Okay, it is like a Tatsam and Tadbho Roop kind of a thing. Now, likable or pleasant, that's called as Mansayan. Mansayan means like how we say in Hindi, Jo man ko bhata hai, ya man bhavan. So similarly, Mansayan. Then affordability of a person or affordability of a thing, how do we say haysiyat in Hindi? In Bhojpuri, we say bewa. Then day after tomorrow is referred as parso, same as in Hindi. And patience. Patience is sabur. In Hindi, it's called sabr. There is a saying also, right? Sabr ka phal meetha hota hai. So same thing. And the next word is for help. We say sahaya. Sahaya in Bhojpuri. Very interestingly, if you see in Kannada, that's a South Indian language. In Kannada also, Sahai means help. These people say Sahaya, and in Karnataka they say Sahai. Sahai means help. So how do they say? They use it in a Kannada sentence. Nange Sahaya ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Would you help me please? That please is understood. So that is the relation between the words because all of these things are originating from Sanskrit. Now, so many days, that is, means, from so long or from so many days, that's called Nikha Dinse. Then youngsters or younger generation or teenagers, they are all referred to as Navahan. Navahan means Nava Pedi, like how we say in English, Nava Pedi or Naveen in Marathi. Actually speaking, all Indian languages and also many other languages from different parts of the world are some way or the other connected to Sanskrit. Therefore, Sanskrit is actually called the mother of all languages. So, if you know Sanskrit or if you have a background of Sanskrit, you can pick up any language very comfortably without much effort. Okay, now let us learn few more sentences. Generally, when we meet somebody for the first time, the first thing we do is to ask their name. So, how do we do that in Bhojpuri? Raur ka naam hai? Raur means your. Ka means what. Her is a verb like is, you know. And actually, just observe, just like hi in Hindi. So, or we can also say, अपने के नाम का है? Observe the matras and the contraction. In Hindi, it is आपके नाम क्या है? But in Bhojpuri, it is अपने के नाम का है. आपका has become अपने के, kya has become ka, and hai has become her. I'm giving these comparisons so that it is easier for you to remember the sentences. The same thing can also be Tohar ka naam ha. This is again for someone of your own age or your peers or even to younger ones. Or it could also be Tohar ka naam hai. Have, while writing it is like that. Nobody will say have. Tohar ka naam hai. Tohar naam ka hai. Or तोहार ना का नाम बा तोहार नाम का बा. So these are the different various ways of telling. Now the answer could be, you know, my name is Arundhati. हमार नाम अरुंधति है. हमार नाम अरुंधति है. Or my name is Geeta. हमार नाम गीता है. Or my name is Bharti. हमार नाम भारती है. Or you could also say, if you want to say, my name is Bibhas. हमार नाम विभासवा है. Or you want to say, my name is Dhanush. You can say, हमार नाम धनुषवा है. धनुषवा है. Now let us take a quick look at some verbs for your quick reference. So to come in Bhojpuri becomes aila. To go, gaila. To eat, khaila. Likhal, that is to write. Sutal, to sleep. Bhejal, to send. Later, to lie down. So these are the verbs. As you learn the more and more sentences, you will be using all these verbs and make a meaningful sentences. Oh, बढ़िया SMS. There's something interesting for you, If you have a Bhojpuri friend and if you want to impress her or him, you may make use of this. But hey, but be careful to whom you send this. Don't put me in trouble. Good morning, वाह. गुड मॉर्निंग वाह. तुहार एसएमएस का इंतजार में हम बैठा हूँ. तुहार एसएमएस का इंतजार में हम बैठा हूँ. तनिक अपनी उंगलियन मोबाइलवा पे घुमाई के एक कोई एसएमएस वा भेज दे तो हमरा मन के अच्छा लागल. हमके तुहार बड़ी याद आवेला. Finally, I hope you enjoyed this lesson with me. If you enjoyed learning to speak Bhojpuri with me, send your feedback and wait for my next video in this series. Subscribe to my channel to get instant notifications whenever I upload a new video. And you may also read my blogs on various topics on ocean of knowledge web.wordpress.com. I'm very fond of learning, reading, and writing. All my life, I've been only doing two things: learning, understanding, and then teaching. Thank you.